the ongoing series on human resource management, we are currently learning about training and development. So friends, training and development is an integral and a vital function of the human resource management, and it is generally conducted by the human resource development area or activities of the organization. And in the previous couple of lectures, we have understood that it is not just that people are an asset for an organization, but it is the trained people who are. Today, the world of work is changing at the blink of an eye. We all know that globally organizations are changing, and training and development helps employees stay abreast in this technologically advancing business world. It improves their performance, it improves the efficiency, morale and retention, thereby providing a competitive advantage to an organization. So this clearly indicates the significance or importance of training and development. Now training and development are used, these two terms training and development are used collectively, but significantly there is a difference between both training and development. Whereas training is a short term reactive process and development is a proactive and a long term process. Another difference that I would like to indicate over here between training and development is that training will help you to enhance your skills required to perform your current job. Whereas when we talk of development, it is a long term process and it will definitely help you in performing the duties or responsibilities that you are going to undertake in the future. So we can say that development, being a continuous process, is more future oriented, and training refers to upskilling for your current job. So that is the brief difference between training and development. In the previous lectures, we learnt about various types of trainings broadly divided into on the job, off the job trainings. Then we learnt about blended learning, e-learning in the context of a current scenario, especially post COVID and the pandemic era that we faced, and organizations had to move their employees from company to their homes. So employees were trained using the internet with the help of e-learning. So that is the importance of training and development. So in the current discussion today, we are going to learn about management development programs. So the learning outcome for today's lecture is going to be what is an MDP, what is the need and importance of an MDP, the process of MDP, what are the various approaches to a management development program, and how we can assess the effectiveness of these programs. So management development program is basically comes under the development program of employees in the organization. So training part we had done in the previous lectures. Today we are going to learn about the development programs. Now what is management development? Well, an MDP refers to the process of enhancing the knowledge, skills and abilities of individuals in managerial roles to prepare them for higher level positions. So as I said, the development is generally for the individuals who are going to undertake higher level of positions coming in future. So management development is a planned, systematic and a continuous process of learning and growth by which managers develop their conceptual and analytical abilities to manage. And it is a result of not only participation in formal courses of instruction, but also of job experience. So it is not just about learning, because that happens in a training process, that we sit and we learn things. But in development, we have to actually experience those things so that we can perform our duties that we are going to undertake in the future in an efficient and an effective manner. Now, the development concepts of management development, they have evolved over the past quarter of a century, and we are going to quickly learn about some of these concepts, which states number one is that there is no time limit for learning. So, if you consider yourself as a learner, we can say that we have been learning from day one. Ever since we are born, we are learning something, whether we are learning intentionally or unintentionally. So, same goes for an employee who enters an organization. We are continuously learning, and that is how our development takes place. So, we can't say that okay, this period we have learned and this is the period we haven't learned. It doesn't go that way. So, when we talk of development, development is a continuous process and there is no time limit as to when I got developed or when you got developed. Secondly, there always exists some gap between actual performance and capacity, which provides the considerable opportunity for improvement. So, as they say, there is always a room for improvement. No matter how well or how efficient an employee works, there is always a room for improvement, and that is where development comes into play. So, there is always some gap between how we are actually performing and what our actual capacity or actual potential that we have, and that room or that gap is what development tries to fill up. Then there is an increased understanding of others, their behavioral attitude and of oneself that aids in managing and contributing to personal development that is required to increase and expand managerial effectiveness. So, it is not just about learning, getting an insight about various skills. We also need to change our behaviors, our attitudes, that also come under development. Another concept says that development seldom takes place in a completely peaceful and relaxed atmosphere, and inherently growth involves stresses and strains. And we have often heard about people saying that there is no gain without pain. So, if you have to gain something, if you have to develop yourself, you have to undergo certain changes, certain transformations, and certainly these transformations are not easy. You have to undertake lot of pressure, lot of learning has to be done, only then you can grow. The next concept says that development requires a clear-cut setting of objects and goals which are to be achieved, and methods of achieving these have also to be laid down. So, every development, I would say, must have a clear cut objective, what you want to do, how you want to develop, what gaps you observe in yourself, and that is how you can achieve that goal. If you are not clear as to what you want to do or what you want to achieve, then that process of or method of achieving that will not be clear. So, that is why it is said that development requires a clear-cut setting of objectives. A clear-cut objective has to be set, only then you can achieve development. Then participation, as it is said, is essential for growth, active learning and efforts are needed. So, without an employee's participation and wholehearted participation, the development will not take place, because development is said to be a continuous process and it takes several steps, several years for an individual to develop, but then you need to participate in that process wholeheartedly so that you can benefit out of that continuous process to the maximum. So, friends, coming to the next part of the lecture, let us quickly discuss about the need of management development. Why do we need management development? So as you know, the rapid rate of technological and social change in the society has necessitated training of managers to cope with these developments. So we all know about the fact that technology is changing at a very fast pace, and not only technology, our society per se, societal changes, demographic changes are also simultaneously taking place, and whosoever is at the managerial position has to understand these and cope up with all these changes, and that is where management development can actually help managers. Secondly, there is automation, intense market competition from foreign countries. There is growth of new markets in underdeveloped countries, and there is an enlarged participation of labor in management. So all these changes have also made management development important. Another need that we can say is because of the increased size and complexity of organizations today. There are governmental, industrial, commercial, non-profit public services that require trained managers. Another need is that the frequent labor management, it strives to have necessitated the services of trained personnel. Then the change in the socio-economic forces included changes in the public policy and concepts of social justice, industrial democracy, problems of ecology and cultural anthropology. All these changes, they demand an increasing attention of the management for decisions in these diverse fields, and to take good decisions we need management development programs. Now if these MDPs are not advanced, the managerial personnel would become obsolete. Just like technology, it becomes obsolete when the new technology comes, and managerial obsolescence may be due to redundancy, mergers, takeovers, reorganizations, and even technological advancements. And these obsolescence may lead to layoffs. You must have heard about so many organizations including Google, Facebook, Microsoft, they have laid off a number of employees. And another aspect that is becoming very common these days is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is also taking away jobs, and people are being laid off because of artificial intelligence. So if there are not MDPs that are well in sync with the requirement of the industry, employees will become redundant, employees will become obsolete, and these obsolescence will ultimately lead to layoffs. Now that was the need of an MDP. Now coming to the importance of management development programs. So as I said that these development programs are future oriented and helps to undertake the roles that an individual or an employee will be undertaking in the future. So that is what we mean by succession planning actually. So an MDP ensures a smooth transition of leadership by preparing individuals for higher level positions, minimizing disruptions in operations and maintaining organizational stability. Secondly, there is a rapidly changing business environment, as I said. So in today's dynamic business landscape, management development is essential to equip the leaders with the skills and knowledge so that they can adapt to the emerging trends, technologies and market conditions. And as I said that these are very dynamic in today's world. Trends are changing, technologies are changing, market conditions are changing because of the change in demographics, the requirements of people are changing, the demands and desires of employees are changing. So if the leader is not in sync, or if the leader is not aware of all these changes and he is not able to cope up with these changes, he will not be able to lead effectively. That is where management development comes into play. Then the third importance we can say is from evolving technological advancements. So MDPs, they help the executives stay updated with the latest technologies, digital transformation strategies, enabling them to effectively leverage technology for not only the organizational growth but also for innovation. And innovation is the key to success in today's dynamic business organizations. Then another importance is from the point of view of globalization and international markets. So we know that there is an increasing interconnectedness of economies. The economy of one country will affect the economy of another country. So you have seen it in from the point of view of the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. So it is not just that these two countries are at war, but the economies of so many other countries are also at stake. So we can say that due to globalization, whatever happens in one country directly or indirectly affects the economies of other countries. But how will the leaders learn about this? They can undertake MDPs, and these MDPs, they prepare leaders to navigate these cross-cultural challenges, global markets and diverse workforces, fostering an effective international business strategy. So today it is not just about managing your own business, but because your business will be affected by so many global factors which are not under your control, but you must understand what impact that is going to have on your business, and that is how you can have more effective strategies, and it is through these MDPs that you can have a better insight, a deep insight into what these international markets and globalization can affect the organization. Then there is an improved organizational performance. So well trained and competent leaders, they positively impact the overall performance of an organization. And MDPs enhance leadership capabilities, resulting in better strategic planning, improved productivity and increased profitability. So obviously when the leaders are performing better, they are planning in a strategic manner, they will definitely help in improving the productivity and profitability of the organization. Then another importance of MDP is in the context of talent retention and attraction. Now organizations that prioritize management development, they create a positive work environment and a brand image or a reputation, making them attractive to top talent. Additionally, by offering growth opportunities, they retain valuable employees and reduce turnover. So employees always prefer an organization that has career advancements and growth opportunities. And when an organization markets itself as to one that has management development programs in place, the talent will be attracted and they will be retained. So that is again a very beneficial aspect for an organization. Then another importance is in the organizational adaptability. It is very important for organizations to adapt to whatever environmental factors or environmental changes are there. And management development, it fosters a culture of continuous learning and adaptability within the organization. It encourages innovation, agility and a growth mindset. So growth mindset is also very crucial for leaders in today's term. If you are not thinking of growing, if you are not thinking of how to take yourself from one level to the another level, you will become redundant in the coming years. So through management development programs, you can help your leaders develop a growth mindset that enables organizations to thrive in a rapidly changing business scenario. So, change has been inevitable in the past couple of years. We have realized that the change has been faster. So, for leaders to adapt to these changes, management development programs are very crucial. So, friends, by addressing these points, organizations can understand the need for management development and recognize its importance in cultivating effective leaders and driving organizational success in today's ever evolving business landscape. So, friends, today we have learnt about what is a management development program, which inevitably is very important, keeping in mind the ever changing transformations not only in the technology aspect, but otherwise also due to globalization. As I said, whatever happens in one country will impact or affect the economies of other countries, and we have witnessed these during the COVID pandemic or during the current ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. We have seen that how two warring countries can impact the other countries. So, with the help of management development programs, the leaders of today will be more equipped, will be in a better position to handle all these changes, be it demographic changes, economical changes, societal changes or technological changes per se. So, that is the importance and need of having management development programs. So, we will continue with this management development program, and we will learn about some other aspects and how the process of management development program goes and what are the challenges, and some other aspects of MDPs will be covered in the next part. Thank you.